All right, it says I'm live. How's it going, guys? Happy Friday. It just got hot as heck again in Michigan here. I don't know what's up with this weather, but back up to 90 degrees, hot and humid, and it's hot in here, but hopefully you guys are having a good day. Let me get a drink of water. Been breathing in dust all day from the fact that it hasn't rained, and when I cut grass under trees and places where there's bare dirt, it's just like a dust storm and dust cloud. Yes, MAGA Patriot, hit that like button if there's only 5. Come on, slackers. You guys can do it. All right, let's see who's in here tonight. We've got Pillbox Bunker. What's happening, man? How you doing? Liberty or Death? What's up? Don Honecker. Nice to see you, Don. Appreciate you helping out with the Facebook group like you do, by the way, man. Shojas, what's happening, man? We've got Ray S. Mateo, thank you as always. Liberty or Death, what's up, man? Stick together. Biden's campaigning on major gun control. Yes, he is. And many others. Many others. JDV3, what's up, man? We've got A-Dubs. How's it going? MAGA Patriot. Bought the same ammo from the thumbnail. Yeah, I just picked that up recently. I did a video about it and did another unboxing kind of showing. Some people have been asking me, guys, like, when did all these ammo prices start? Because they're new to guns, they said, and they just realized, like, oh, wait a minute. $50 isn't normal for a box of 9mm. And it's not. And even today, you shouldn't have to spend that much. If you did, hey, at least you got some, right? But even right now, you should not have to do that. Let's see here. And I'll show you guys some more ammo that I just got that's apparently at my house right now. I just haven't been home today to pick it up yet. We've got Bad Wolf. We've got Paul, North Carolina. How's it going? We've got Daniel DeLeon. Dauntless Defense. What's up, man? Rusty Williams, another Michigan guy. Quite a few Michigan guys as always, which is a good thing, huh? We've got John Doe. We've got ammo shortages because 2A's buying them all. No, I don't think so. I always tell you guys where to get it when I buy a little bit. Rod Brown, what's up, man? Denny's Plant-Based Journey, David Harris, JBM Water 2. How you guys? The Reptile guys, Lil Rob 2030, Alexander, just chilling, cool. Matt Morrison, J Dub. I saw California Magazine. Yes, I'm going to talk about that a little bit. I'm going to talk about some more ammo stuff. I'm also going to talk about the DNC as long as I can, but I'll save that till the end because if I get talking about the DNC too much, I might have to frequently take bathroom breaks to throw up, or I might just get so retarded even trying to talk about it that I can't speak anymore, which I guess then I'd be in the same boat as the presidential nominee for the Democrat Party. Whew, the nominee. I'm Joe Biden, and I'm running for the United States Senate. Ugh. And he just said that like a month or two ago, by the way. Alexander, the topics are generally in the title, but I might just talk about whatever I want to after I get going. So you never know. Francis P., what's happening? I've heard rumors about that too. Maybe guns and ammo allowed to come to the USA from China, but I've Googled it. I've researched it. I've not found anything to substantiate that whatsoever. I have no idea. So who knows? Susan Wiki's in the house, of course. She is a fan of the channel, like I tell you guys, even though sometimes she messes with the bandwidth. And I don't know. I made sure everything was reset before I started. I reset the cable modem, reset the router. There's nothing else on. So let me know how the resolution looks tonight, guys. I'm supposed to be getting 720p. I'm using the free version of StreamYard. And if it works for me, it's kind of been hit and miss, then I'll probably upgrade to the paid subscription when I get the money. But they let you go 720p. So let me know if it looks even halfway decent. I'm going to say hi to a couple more of you guys, but there's so many people here, I won't bore you too much longer. Lando Wilson's here. Mike1911, what's up? Nita Villar, Forged and Woodcraft, what's up, man? NG498. Sean Pine, what's up? Linda, what's happening? She says it looks good. Okay, cool. Marwood says it looks just fine. All right, I guess it's just random, guys. Last week, my friend Rick, who's in the chat, was there with me, and for some reason, Susan just didn't like the stream, but I sent her some flowers over the week, guys. I told her, look, I'm happily married, and even if I wasn't, but maybe there's still a chance between us. And she said, all right, I'll give you some resolution back. So I had to kind of, you know what I'm saying, ink a business deal with Susan to get this stream to come in a little bit better resolution. So there you go. She's happy with me. All right, cool, guys. Yeah, so here's what's going on. Yes, there's an ammo shortage. Yeah, the government probably has something to do with it, but mainly, I think, if you ask me, the government has something to do with this ammo shortage insofar as people call it pandemic, they call it COVID-19, whatever you want to call it, the China virus. It's up to being called like 25 different things right now. The Kung flu. Some people even call it the Kung Pao chicken, whatever you want to call it, right? Yeah, the government has everything to do with it. It's the most politicized virus I've seen in my whole life. It's all you hear about. They're literally trying to completely and utterly, fundamentally change America. Rights are being taken away that used to be where you never even thought about it. I know all across the country, even states with Republican governors, states that you'd think on paper would be much freer than my state of Michigan under Governor Whitlis, who's part of the Democrat Party, but really she's, in my opinion, a dictator and completely outside the rule of law. However, and I'm going to say this very tongue-in-cheek in quotes, I almost feel lucky to be under my Democrat governor compared to what some of my friends in the South with their patriotic, deep red state governors, what they're doing to you guys down there. Just heard from somebody that's planning an event down in Georgia that I look forward to going to very much, that they just canceled it and said, well, we have to cancel it because right now the county we're in Georgia has a strict curfew in place. So I know at least one county in Georgia, there's a curfew. I've never even heard of that in my life. A curfew for adults? Over people getting sick? What, the virus only comes out at night and only spreads after dark? Is that what it is? And then I've got people saying in Texas that it's just the law of the land down there and it's just normal and just the way it is. No shirt, no shoes, no mask, no service. I actually don't even see that in Michigan right now, believe it or not. I mean, they'll say mask mandate, it's the law, but I know a lot of people that walk around however they please and nothing actually happens to them. So, yeah, ammo shortage. There's one reason for it right there. So many people can't trust the government. And this is different than most things. This is where you can't even leave to go to a free state, because I would have thought that as much restriction as there is up here in Michigan, that of course this event that I'd been looking forward to going to for a long time down in Georgia would have been open. But no, I find out they have curfews down there. And then I find out that, well, maybe I'll go to the great state of Texas. And it is a great state, and there's a lot of good Texans in here. But I can't go there either, because there it's a, from what I understand, mandatory covering. Some people say, well, looks like I can't outrun it or get away from it because it's the most politicized thing ever. Is it real? Sure, it's real. It exists. I'm not going to go as far as to say that it doesn't exist. It exists. It's a thing. Where it came from, I don't know. I'm not so sure. Not going to get too far. I don't have a tinfoil hat to put on for this stream, so I'm not going to get too far into this, but I will say this. I have no idea where it comes from, and I have no idea if where we've been told if it comes from, if that's true or not, and don't really believe much of what I hear, period, anymore, to be honest with you, but it's here. And, of course, nobody really thinks that they're going to stop a microscopic organism that 200 of them can fit on the end of a needle, but they know one thing. They know they can't trust their government. And then all of a sudden, people started to riot. They call it peaceful protest, but it's a riot when you're destroying millions of dollars in property, when you're destroying people's livelihoods and businesses, when you're destroying other people and people's bodies and their life, and you're hurting people and killing people. They call that peaceful. I don't. And many smart people, people with common sense, don't call that peaceful either. And what they're trying to accomplish with a lot of these riots is defunding police and making police either too scared or frustrated to do their jobs, which most cops I know aren't going to get scared. But that's what they want. Or they're using it to try to get Hate to say it, but I'm just calling a spade a spade. The Democrats in charge of most of these major cities, they're getting them to stand with the peaceful rioters who burn buildings and pillage and kill people and many other terrible things. Some of the things they do are equal to death. Some of the things they do are even worse than that, if that's possible. They're getting a lot of backing from people as far as city councils, mayors, governors, even some people that I saw at the DNC, Democrat Party. They call themselves the Democratic Party. Like I said, they're called a lot of things nowadays too. It's hard for me to keep calling them Democrats though, because I used to know as I grew up, I used to know some people that didn't quite agree with me on everything ideologically, but they were Democrats and they were decent people. I think there's still a lot out there, but I don't know how much longer they can keep calling themselves Democrats. Except for the fact that the Republican Party pretty much sucks too for the most part, a lot of it. I get that too. It's tough, but it'd be tough with some of the things that's going on and some of the things they support, including these peaceful millions of dollars, millions of dollars of destruction, death, life lost, throwing bodily excrement on police officers and innocent people and many other things. And then the defunding of police that's actually gone into effect now in some major cities. They call it reappropriation of funds. All this is just to confuse people. What it really means is already, if you look at the Supreme Court precedents, there's been case law decided on this that says that the Supreme Court said that police have the duty to protect the general society, overall greater good of public society, but they have no duty and never have. And never will have the duty to protect you individually from one specific thing as it happened, before it happened. People are not realizing that when the police are told to stand down and back up and keep going further and further back. And they're watching their neighbors' houses getting burned down and their local businesses that they've patronized their whole life getting burned down and seeing people bloodied on the streets. Just saw that the other day, what happened. It was terrible. People taking Americans as prisoner, kidnapping them in broad public while the police are just falling back. And a lot of good cops are quitting because they're like, we can't take this crap anymore. We can't take these orders to stand down. But because of all those reasons, people realize that they're responsible for their own safety, for their own family. And if they've been into guns their whole life, they did a quick ammo check and said, do I have enough? And a lot of them didn't, so they bought more. A lot of new gun owners are just getting into guns, and they're just realizing these things, that self-preservation, that people are responsible for their own safety, their own decisions. Just now gotten into firearms and didn't have any ammo at all, because if you weren't into guns until last month, how did you have ammo stocked up, right? And then other people started to see the panic and said, well, hey, look, it's hard to get, so I better get some while I still can, so they bought more. And I think that is the number one reason. Now, there's government military contracts and three-letter agencies and HHS and DHS, and the United States Postal Service has been buying lots of ammo, and the Department of Education buys a lot of it too, and FEMA and all these different alphabet soups that you wouldn't even know carry guns buy. But they have always bought, in all fairness. I think a lot of it is just you guys and me and everyone else buying it, right? And people you know. So I think that's one of the main reasons. And Sean Pine, thanks for the super chat, man. I appreciate it. It does help out. I just showed you guys a post in my YouTube community of something I just bought for the channel out of my own money. Hopefully it'll help you guys out a little bit, you know? So, yeah. But, yeah, that's why I think that we're out of ammo. And I love to say it's just because of, this one government agency is buying all of it up. Yeah, they are buying a lot, but they always have. I think people underestimate the buying power of the 100 million gun owners in this country. And that was a stat before all this craziness and chaos has ensued. Now you could probably take that number and bump it up by at least 10%. I mean, just look at people that I know around town and whatnot. People have been talking about guns too forever, and they were always like, what do you need that for? I'll just call the cops. We live in a good neighborhood. We live out in the country. Yeah, we do for now. And then they'll say, well, there's no trouble here. No, there's not until there is. And then what are you going to do? A lot of those people I know have been coming around lately, and they're like, I'm going to go buy my first gun. All right. And then they're like, well, what do I do with it? I'm like, well, you need to get some training and learn how to shoot. And they're like, yeah, but I need ammo for that. I can't find ammo. So, yeah, the ammo shortage is real. But what I've been doing to try to hedge against it a little bit, okay, just a little bit, is I've been trying to help you guys out. I've been trying to give some new gunners, owners some advice. Been trying to give all of you advice, even if you've been into guns longer than I have, which I first got my first rifle, an SKS, in 1994, just before the AWB of 94 went in place. So, and I'll say, hey guys, look, my last one was AIM. I went on there. Got my nice sticker right there, and I got some. I've also talked about Federal. I went on my Twitter, by the way. Does anyone know I have a Twitter? I just put up a community post, but there's about 10 people following it, which is awesome. And one of the people that I had just followed back on there just right before the stream, he posted and said, Federal has 124 grain 9 right now. So I retweeted it. So for all 8 or 9 of my Twitter followers, hopefully that helps you guys out. And I'm going to keep trying to help you guys actually as long as I can. But you know what's funny though? And it truly is funny because people can sit there. I just read that comment that was removed, and it had to be removed because, well, it was removed by Susan because you used one of their keywords they don't like. Look, I don't even have time to censor the chat, guys, but yeah, it says police are the ones taking your rights. You're all complaining about defund the police. Look, man, here's where I'm at. I've said this before. I don't like jackboots. I think the government has intruded upon our rights at levels that couldn't have even been imagined by the founding fathers. Do I want to live in a police state? No, I do not. I do not, but let me tell you something, and let me tell everybody that says that, because that's real easy to say. And I'm glad you brought that up. And I'm not mad at you, man. I just want to clear something up here. It's really easy to say that you all want to defund the police because they're taking your rights without really looking at the big picture, because here's actually what's going on. None of these people that want to defund the police truly want us to be self-governed. No, none of them truly want us to be of the people, by the people, and for the people. No, actually, the Democrat Party is doing the complete opposite. Everywhere you go, they want to tax you more. Heck, Biden's bragged that he's going to raise taxes 30% if he gets elected. That's one of his campaign promises. And what is taxation? Well, taxation's theft, first of all. Armed robbery, somebody with a gun that will come and physically take it from you, or your house you live in, or everything if you don't pay it. So there you go. Second of all, these are the people that want to strip you of all your rights. And yeah, the Republicans do too, but not to the extent that these current Democrats want to. These Marxists, these Bolsheviks. But back to defund the police. Let me tell you what they really want to do. I'm going to play Susan's games tonight just because the day's going to come on here. But I still want to talk another day because I like you guys and I have a lot of good friends on here. But there was a man in Germany who took advantage of strife and people hating each other. Created a fake race war and picked a certain race and said that they're the problem. And that he was going to set up a Reich that was going to last 1,000 years. And it no doubt would have. We'd probably all be speaking a certain language today if it did get through. We'd probably be speaking German. And no disrespect to German people, because you people from Germany are good people. I assume none of you were manning the door of the furnace that's in this stream tonight. So don't conflate anything I'm saying here, but this man in Germany wanted to have a Reich that would last 1,000 years. He took away the guns. You know what else he did? Took away the local police. He took away the local police. Well, wow, great. They must have had tons of freedom, right? Because he took away your local sheriff's deputies and your local city police. He took them all away because that's great. Get rid of all of them. But that's not actually what happened, though. And that's not what's going to happen here. He made it where the federal police were now in charge. You know why? Because your local police, if you had, and there's some bad ones, and the bad ones need to go right now. The good ones don't want the bad ones there either, by the way. I want all the bad ones and all the ones that act like jackboots, get them gone. If they're committing crimes, put them up on charges. Indict them on a grand jury. Justice for all. including people wearing badges, and especially people that wear badges and take oaths. Let me get that out of the way. But you know why this man that wanted this Reich of supremacy and racism, and they called it the Socialist Workers' Party. That's what it was called. This is socialism, guys, just so you know. That's what socialism meant back in the 30s and 40s, and it's what it means today. It's the same thing. Same thing. Different names, different acronyms. Defunded the police, got rid of all the local police. Why? Why? Because when they would order local police to take this man, put on train, gas, they said, well, hold on a minute. I can't do that. I can't do that. He might be of a certain religion or ethnicity, but that's my friend. That's my neighbor. And we've gone too far. I just can't do it. I will not follow that order, sir. Because these were people amongst their community. And there was still too much resistance to this national movement, and some people still had a conscience because they knew who they were, and these were they weren't going to take their own friends and family member, and he saw that, and he knew about that. And it makes me wonder if some people know about that line of thinking today. So defund the police doesn't mean that all of a sudden everybody's just going to self-govern themselves, which sounds great in theory too. But there's a fine line between that and something else called anarchy, which some people might want that, but I don't want that either. But yeah, they defunded and got rid of, if you will, all the local police, and they had a national police. National police. Brown shirt. You guys heard of that before? And it wasn't good, because what they do is they take them where, if you lived in this region of the country, okay, they have you police this area. And then the guy that lived there would police this area. They no longer had quite that moral dilemma where they said, all right, I'm buying the propaganda of the state. The propaganda sounds good, but that's my brother, my neighbor, my cousin. That dilemma was solved for them because people were disconnected. Things were called nationalized. So, yes, I do not want our local police acting like jackboots. And they do sometimes, okay? I'm going to call a spade a spade. And when they do, they need to be gone. But at least our local sheriffs are elected locally by the community. If you live in a county, your fellow county, they call them the constituents of the sheriff, your fellow constituents vote for them. You can change things. You can vote sheriffs out and new sheriffs in. I see that happen a lot. And the sheriff is the supreme law of the land in your county. And it's actually specifically mentioned in the Constitution. And yes, many sheriffs don't follow their oath, but many, and I'm going to dare say most, actually do. Your local city police. Yeah, there's a lot of corruption in them too, but that's probably a reflection that there's a lot of corruption just in cities. But to say that there's no corruption in Washington, D.C. would be naive. At least on your city council level, in your city you live in, some of your cities are very small, some are very large. And like me, I don't even live in a city, for example. My area is patrolled by county sheriffs because I don't live in a proper city limit. But even if you do live in the city, your city is no matter what, even if you live in the biggest city in the country, even if you live in, say, New York City, you're still a small percentage of the whole United States of America. So who would you rather have hiring and firing your police chief? Someone more accountable to you or less accountable to you? I don't think you have 340 million people living in your city. In fact, I know you don't, or else you don't live in the United States. And people do watch from other countries, and I love all of you being here, but this is more for the United States I'm talking about here. But you might be able to draw the analogies in your country if you're elsewhere. I just don't know as much about how police forces are and stuff, so I can't really comment on other countries. But here in the United States, your city is going to be smaller, and these city council members, they do run for office, and you can vote for them. So before everyone says, let's just defund our local city police and get rid of them, because no doubt then the federal police will have to come in, and it's what they do, and it has happened before in many cases. We could be on the precipice of it happening again, and then you have to hold all these guys from Washington, D.C. that don't know your name. You can't get a hold of them if you want to. We should still always try to hold our national lawmakers accountable, but you guys know what I mean. Or are you actually going to the elections and voting for your city council members? Because if your police are rogue and they're out of control, your city mayor can help take care of that. They're elected. Your city council, who's elected, can take care of that. So let me just ask you guys a question. Anybody that's looking at this another way, it's totally fine with me. I'm just giving you my opinion, and that's all I do on here. Just opinions. I'm nobody special. Do you know your city council members' names? Do you know their platforms? Do you know if they're pro-gun? Are they anti-gun? How do they look at police? How have they voted on any type of local city legislation that affects the police force? Is your police force rogue? Are they terrible people? Are they actually pretty good? Have you introduced yourself to a local policeman on the street lately and said, hey, how's it doing? I'm a fellow citizen. Have you held up the Constitution and said, what do you think of this? Do you stand for it? Do you want to have just a 5-minute conversation between a police officer and just a fellow community member? Do you do those things so you can find which ones are cool and which ones aren't, or which ones are following their oath, which ones aren't? Do you actually keep track of cases in your local newspaper where there's somebody that's arrested and it looks like it was a false arrest and it looks like the police did something terrible to them? If that ever happened in your city, do you actually look and see who the arresting officer was? Do you then make immediate inquiries to your city council and the mayor to find out what's going on? Maybe you guys do. I don't know. And that's what you should be doing, which is a lot more effort, and it's a lot harder to do that than it is to get on the internet and complain about it. I get that. Are your police discriminating against people? And if they are, that's terrible. No one should be discriminated on at all for any reason. So are they doing that? If they are, there is methods to try to take care of this. And we can also complain about it because that's our freedom of speech, and we should complain. But I wonder how many people say defund the police, know every city council member's name, know the mayor's name, know where they stand on issues, and have their phone number accessible where you can call them anytime and every time that something bad happens. Do you guys do that? I don't know. So Joe Morgan says, I have a better idea. Let's defund the House and the Senate. And that might not be a bad thing either. It might not be. Because if they're not doing their jobs and they're just collecting paychecks to do nothing, I know Pelosi had the House out of session for a very long time. See, here's what's going on. In one hand, they want to say this is such an emergency that life can't even go on, that government can't even go on anymore. And in a way, that's a good thing, because when they're not up there making laws, that's actually less restrictions. Because in my opinion, all we needed is a core set of basic principles that are already found in the founding documents. Man, if you guys aren't religious, that's fine with me. But Moses' 10 Commandments would be a good start and covers most of it. If you're a Christian, that's your guiding principles. But even if you're not, and I do enjoy that we have a freedom of religion in this country. So I'm not going to try to, shame anyone if they are or aren't. But just think about it. Even if you're not a Christian, the 10 Commandments would get us pretty far. The Bill of Rights gets us along pretty far. The Declaration of Independence and the Constitution. So no, I don't think we need 393,000 pages of law that'll get introduced in this session of Congress only. But I want to call out some hypocrisy here. The government wants to step in and shut everything down and find businesses and find people and end people's lives. And I say end people's lives because suicide's up at way higher levels than it has been before. And there's a mental health reality to this, because in all their infinite wisdom, they think that China virus, they think that's the only thing that exists. But they don't realize, even though I realize it and all of you do, that people are sentient beings and they have a soul and they have a brain beyond just, whether they physically get sick or not. And the fact that 99.96% of the people aren't even sick. They don't even think about how people are doing mentally that lost their job, lost their home, lost their vehicles. Wondering how they're going to put gas in the car to go see loved ones. And then when they get there, can they even see them? Or are they going to have to quarantine for 14 days or 15 days, depending where you're at? If you're in certain cities, are you going to be able to escape? Because some have a curfew. Some have mandatory check-in. And if you don't check in with the ministry of Kung Flu, they'll hunt you down and they'll find you and find out where you're at. Show your papers. Show where you were at. Show that you quarantined. Some people that were worried about a loved one, and everybody has that person. Maybe you have a couple, and if you do, you're really blessed. But when you're feeling really down, sometimes there's just that one person. And if you can talk to them on the phone, that might be enough. But sometimes you just need to hold their hand. You need that hug from them. There's that one person that just has a way to connect with you. And usually they can kind of make it better. You guys know what I'm talking about? Yeah, well, what if they're in quarantine? What if you're in quarantine? And the instance I'm talking about is not because you were actually sick, just because you traveled somewhere. In the founding documents, you find the freedom of movement is guaranteed. So what do some people do? And I hope nobody you guys know does this. And if any of you guys are on the edge, please reach out to somebody. Do it right now. Get out of this stream, or if there's people in this stream you can talk to them. But there's some people that are kind of not doing so good right now, because they haven't been able to see their brother, their best friend, that guy that he had to move away from work to another state years ago, but he's still the guy that they need to meet, or their sister, or whoever it is, or their best friend from college, and they can't even go see him right now. Yeah. Some people are saying there's no more hope. There's nothing left to live for on this earth, and some people are ending it. And a lot of these people are good people, and it's sad. But they don't care about that. They care about having a government right now so they can put as much restriction and control on people as possible, and trying to normalize it and make it where this is just normal. And they have enough time to make all these edicts, and they have enough time to try to put a bunch of funding into this and that. But then the House of Representatives and Pelosi, they won't even go into session. But they will appear at the DNC as guest speakers. And they will go out and campaign, and they're doing plenty of that. Except for the vice president, he won't campaign because he's doing just fine in his basement, because it's obvious to me. I'm not sure he ever quite had a fastball, but if he even had like a changeup, if he even had a slider at one time, it doesn't seem like he's got it anymore. If you look at speeches of him from just 4 or 5 years ago, did I agree with it? No. Has he always been gaffe prone? Yes. Was he born with a speech impediment? Yeah. But still, just the difference between 4 years ago and now is unreal. I can't even believe it. And as just a human being in the eyes of God, it's sad, and he needs our prayers. Clearly, the man looks like he could be probably in a state of decline. I'm not a doctor, of course, guys, but I can just tell. You can just tell when somebody's, maybe their better years have already been behind them at that point, right? But hey, he put himself up, though. He put himself up to accept the nomination for the president of the United States. So in his capacity as United States Senator, presidential candidate, I'm going to rip on him as much as I want. As an individual person, God bless him. And I truly mean that. I truly mean that. But at the same time, as far as him hiding in his basement when there's a country right now that's under a lot of turmoil, and the country needs a strong leader, he's hiding in his basement. He doesn't want to come out, because unless he's reading from a teleprompter that's pre-recorded, the man literally can't speak. He has said some of the most intelligible things that I've heard on TV in a long time recently. Quite frankly, I'll call a spade a spade. He said some of the most racist things I've heard anybody say on TV in a long time. Stuff that I'm like, whoa, wow. Is this? Oh, that's the Democrat president nominee, presidential candidate nominee. Wow, okay. All right. Yeah, this is crazy stuff, right? Doesn't know what town he's in half the time. He'll welcome the crowd. Welcome to Maryland. And they're like, no, sir. No, sir, you're in Massachusetts. Oh, well, that's a good state too. This is a guy that's running for president. That list is one of the reasons to vote for him is, first of all, that Trump's bad. Trump's bad, Trump's bad, Trump's bad. Okay. If he's bad, tell us how you're going to do better. But I don't hear much of that. I just hear how bad Trump is. Okay. And then I hear how back in the day when he was working, he went down in the swimming pool control room and he come back with a chain and beat up this guy named Corn Pop. Now, I don't know. I might not watch everything that he says, but That seems to be one of his biggest qualifications that he has, right? So yeah, so that's going on right now. And you know what's happening meanwhile when people see this? They're like, man, this could be the next president of the United States. They go out and they buy more ammo usually, right? What do you guys think? I think that's going on a lot. People go out and buy more ammo and more guns, which is fine. You can own as many as you want. But no, people are looking at this and they're saying, well, hold on a minute. If this guy gets elected, he's promised that he's going to defund police, or I think he used a little bit different verbiage. He says, I'll reappropriate the funds. Okay. What's that? That's sure a distinction without a difference, right? And then the other people that came on there and they endorsed him. I can't believe some of these people. In the age of the Me Too movement, right? That's one of the biggest things one of the big accomplishments, right, in the last few years for them. And by the way, like Harvey Weinstein and all of that stuff that happened, that's bad. That should have been brought to light. And I'm glad a lot of those ladies that were fine ladies, young ladies, old ladies, whatever age they are now, it doesn't matter, that went through some terrible, terrible things that was brought to light, and they finally got a little bit of justice. Can they ever totally get justice? No, of course not. But at least they got to have their story heard and saw somebody that probably was a demon locked up. Someone who was a staunch Democrat, by the way. When they talk about this island and when Epstein didn't kill himself. And then they show the former president that was with Epstein. Child sex trafficker. Can hardly even say that. That's just sick. Just think about that. I have an 8-year-old daughter. Child sex trafficker. Epstein, who didn't kill himself. And then you look at who was his main guy that was always the guest of honor at his mansion, who always flew on his private plane, was one of the keynote speakers at the DNC. And I started thinking about people like, I started thinking about some of the people that he hung out with in the past. And then right at the same time, a picture surfaced showing him getting a massage by one of the main plaintiffs in the lawsuits against Epstein and his mistress slash assistant slash business partner, girlfriend, whatever the heck she was. Now, just the fact that he had a massage in his full clothes with all, full disclosure, does that prove anything? No, but there was a painting of him wearing a dress in Epstein's mansion. And this guy, who also happens to be a former president of the United States, you guys know who I'm talking about. Bill Clinton. He was one of the guests of honor at the DNC, and it made me wonder, would I have him as the guest of honor to speak at something that I was having? No, I wouldn't allow him near anything that I was hosting, because women and children would be there, and anything I do is family friendly, and I couldn't have somebody that was at the very least, we'll say, associated with children in bad ways, and definitely committed a bunch of affairs, and allegedly a lot worse than that while in the White House. I wouldn't let them around people that I care about, but he was welcomed and one of the guests of honor and speakers. So that's one of the big people that the Democrat presidential candidate is friends with and has the endorsement of and accepts the endorsement of. If you guys have thought about that. So I'm going to check the comments real quick, because it is. Bad Wolf said the hypocrisy shocking. I know. It's very, very shocking, because some of these people are just, I would say despicable, but that wouldn't be giving the word despicable justice, would it? Like even worse than that, if you can. And again, trying to keep it family friendly. I don't want to use all the words I can think about, but. Cool, Steve. 77. They're trying to normalize that behavior. Yeah, they possibly could be. I would hope not, but it does. What do you guys think? Bad Wolf with the super sticker. Thanks, man. I appreciate it. I appreciate it, man. Al Wilson. Yes, Trump was a Democrat for most of his life. I don't think all of his friends, but yeah, many of his friends are his friends have property in Democrat cities. That is true. Yes. That's true. JB and Water too. They're disgusting rats. Well, yeah, Jonathan Todd, swing states have to get out and vote. Yeah. Yeah. They do, because that's where the election's decided. We already know for a fact. Joe Biden has won the state of New York. Joe Biden has won the state of California, and I assume Washington and Oregon and New Jersey. Many. We'll see. They say he's already won the state of Michigan, but last time the Republican won Michigan, so. Chuck R., where's the tea? I have to brew some more, man. I'm down to just water right now. Like I said, times are tough lately. Mark Corby said, thought you could use some help now that you have 2 channels. Keep up the good work. Thanks for the super chat, man. And thank you for giving me a chance to plug that. I do have a second channel, guys. It's called Patriot EDU. Why the second channel? Because I want to make twice as much videos. Not necessarily, but there's some messages I want to get out there, some other things that I'm involved in that aren't necessarily firearms or gun rights related, even though to me it's all kind of the same thing. It's all just, being a patriot, being an active community member, trying to salvage and save our republic. Like Ben Franklin said at the founding of the country when he was asked, what have we, a monarchy or a republic? A republic if we can keep it. Just trying to keep it, guys. I'm just a teeny part, but I'm trying. I know so many of you are. So I started the other channel. And if you guys are into stuff that's not necessarily firearms related, but yet won't be endorsed by President Clinton, nothing like that on there, guys. I can assure you of that. Go over and give it a look, Maybe if I get a few more subs, I don't care how many subs I get, but I wouldn't mind getting a few more so I could take my phone out with me and do the mobile live stream. That'd be cool. If I was at an event that wasn't necessarily gun related, but wanted to pop a live stream up, I could do that. So that'd be cool. But nothing I'm trying to get rich on, I'll tell you that. I don't want it to get as big as this channel because this channel is my most expensive hobby, and I can't afford 2 hobbies as big as this channel. So, yeah, there's already some good videos, including my response to the Democrat National Convention. So, yeah, that's where the tea is at. I'm saying, Bretta Man's in the house. What's happening, Bretta Man? Brastard's here. How you doing? Yeah, Brastard says I'm going to stop buying guns and ammo and buy trucks. It's cheaper. I bought a dump truck this spring, guys. It's pretty cool. It's pretty cool. Let's see here. We've got Cave Dave. How's it going, Dave? What's happening, man? All right, you guys are having a lively chat. That's a good thing. I like to see you guys talking in here. I know I'm missing like 50 people, but Z Fayal's here. What's up, man? BJ Holcomb. How's it going? Talking about people drooling. You must have been talking about Joe Biden. You're talking about somebody drooling, right? JBM Water 2 says your channel was how many people in December of 2019? This is growing very fast. I actually don't know. I don't know how many I have. There's a website where you can go to and actually look that up. So I guess I'll have to. I'm really not sure. Heck, I don't even know how many I have right now, to be honest with you. But thank you. I take that as a compliment. David Harris, where's my sidekick this week? Which one? Are you guys talking about my friend Rick that was on the last week's stream? He's in the chat, I think. Jeremy was in the house. What's happening, Jeremy Wilson? How you doing, man? Are you where are you at? Are you up on vacation right now? I think he's on vacation. You don't have to say specifically where you're at. He's in an undisclosed bunker north of here. All right. How many people here are from California? Kind of crazy, isn't it? See, the judge out there has been playing some big time chess, is actually what he's been doing. I've been studying this case, not like a scholar, but I've been studying it enough. The way he actually rescinded his own order and then made it go to the appeals, which decided in favor of owning these. These are standard capacity mags, guys. They call it high capacity mag, but these are standard capacity magazines. More than 10 rounds, so 30 rounds. Standard in your AR, your AK, and many, many, many other firearms. Standard, right? Capacity. And as of right now, you have a 3-judge panel that says they're actually legal. It violates the Constitution to ban them. So I'm noticing it took companies a couple days to get with their legal department and stuff because they're just not sure. This is kind of weird, guys. Weird in a good way, by the way. But it looks like so many sites now are saying now shipping to California, which is good, which is awesome. Of course, if you live in California, that's obvious. But even if you don't live in California, you should really be cheering for this decision because this is actually the Ninth Circuit Court of Appeals. They used to call it the Ninth Circus, but it's actually, you guys know I've called Trump out for the bump stock ban, okay? And does one good thing make it right? No, not necessarily. So again, it's easy to conflate things. I've called Trump out many times. I'll call him out again. But on this is one good thing. Trump appointed so many conservative judges to the Ninth Circuit Court of Appeals that actually it's 50-50 now. It used to be where you get a 2-1 decision against guns every time, no matter what. And then if the panel went en banc, which is 11 of judges, drawn from this huge pool of judges. So that's what they mean when they say en banc, right? It would be like a 9-2 decision against guns every time. Now it's going to be, if they do request an en banc, which means the governor or attorney general would have to appeal this decision, right? It's probably going to be like 6-5. And it could be 6-5 in favor of the Second Amendment very easily. It could be 7-4. So things have massively swung just right then and there. You could look at so many instances of this, but if you just look at the Ninth Circus, they used to call it, it's now actually called the Ninth Circuit Court of Appeals because it's almost a deadlock. It's almost 50% more constitutionally minded. We could call them conservatives, whatever. You shouldn't really call judges conservatives or liberals because they're supposed to be apolitical, but in reality, they're very political. And many of them exercise what's called judicial activism. Many of them legislate from the bench, both of which, in my opinion, is unconstitutional in and of itself. It is not the purpose in which the courts were established as a separate branch of government. Not so we could have 2 legislative branches, right? Not so we could have 2 executive branches, right? But no, we're supposed to have 3, the judicial. And many times they do act as a legislative branch. And they seem to make law from the bench. And that's not good. Not good at all. I think that's one thing we don't talk about enough. That's really been detrimental to this republic for a while now. Also, we have them acting like the executive branch in many cases, saying we will enforce this law. Well, that's not exactly their purpose either. But I'm going to call them, instead of Republican and Democrat judges, we'll just say more constitutionally minded judges that believe that, yeah, the Second Amendment and all of the amendments are the law of the land, period. And when it says shall not be infringed, that's what it means. It's about a tie now in the Ninth Circuit, which is comprised of several states over in the western part of the U.S. So that's awesome. That sets case precedents for several states, right? It also helps with the whole entire country because there's what they call that slippery slope. Because even though it's only binding out there in the Ninth Circuit, you could have the Sixth Circuit. Attorneys can still argue and say, well, look at what the Ninth Circuit did. Yes, it is proper, reasonable, and proper to do this in Michigan. Because look at what happened in the Ninth Circuit. They said that it was completely constitutional, reasonable, proper. So this does help everybody in the United States. So we should all be very happy about that. And I just picked up some magazines the other day that I'll be sharing with you guys soon. IROC SS85 with the super chat. Thanks, man. He said, did I get a TP9 SFX yet? Yes, I did. And you're going to get one tomorrow. Awesome, dude. I bet you're excited. He said, love the channel. Keep it up. Yes, I have it right over there. Can't touch guns in these live streams. Susan, because of Susan Wiki. Can't touch guns, and I'm not right now. But yes, there is one right over there. Not within my reach, Susan. A TP9 SFX. I should get a video done on it soon, but here's the deal, guys. My business got started late, about 6 weeks late, and I've been trying to catch up ever since. So I've been super busy, but not busy and like, oh my gosh, I'm just overflowing with money busy. No, busy trying to fill in a bunch of holes that, quite frankly, Governor Whitmer dug for me and pretty much all businesses and all people. So I'm not just feeling sorry for myself. You guys too, you know, I get it. So many people were laid off of work and for a while, and now they're working double, triple time, and the company's trying to worry about how to make their payroll, and now they're losing their jobs. I mean, I've heard and seen all of it recently. Lots of manufacturing in Michigan. I've seen that happen. They got so behind that after the PPE and all that ended, now they're like, well, we can't make payroll because we're paying so much overtime. So now we have to lay people off because we're too busy. Well, it's called cash flow. I'm not an economist, but I do get it from the surface level of things. So yeah, I just had to keep up on work like crazy, guys. And I have a little stockpile of stuff that I'd like to review. So VA Wolf with the super chat. Thanks, man. I appreciate it. He says, hey, brother. Also, brothers and sisters. Yes, sir. And when I say guys, that's in the generic sense. I don't think there's really too many gender sensitive people in here. When I say, hey, guys, I think you guys know what that's all about. Guys and gals and chicks and women and whatever. The chicks I hang out with, the ladies I hang out with, you can walk up to 4 of them and there's no guys around. No males. You can walk up to all 4 beautiful ladies. All of them I hang out with are beautiful. Every one of them. And you walk up to them and you're like, hey, guys, how you doing? Hi. They just say, hey, what's up? So when I say the generic guys, that means obviously ladies. But thank you for reminding me. I do always say that. That's how I start every YouTube video. Hey, guys, how's it going? Barry Austin says, hey, Rick Nieper, enjoyed your last visit on 2A EDU. I enjoyed it, too. I always enjoy hanging out with Rick. He's a good dude. I saw him in here earlier. Did he hide? Oh, no, there he is. There he is. He's not hiding. He's planning an ambush on me is what he's doing. You think he's hiding, and then all of a sudden, boom. Let's see here. Ooh, Zach J. How's it going? Zach said, do you cringe when you hit submit payment like I do now with these ammo prices? Dang, dude, I cringe like crazy. When I see a picture of the governor, they call her governor, they call her witless. She's called many, many things, trust me. But when I see her, I cringe. I really cringe. Here's what you do. Here's what you do, Zach, and many other people. Even if you don't live in Michigan, go look up the governor. Type in Michigan governor. Type it in. Close both eyes. Close both because she's a beauty, okay? Close both eyes. Go just like this. You'll see that much, and you'll go into such a violent cringe. Right before you hit submit payment, you'll be like, whew, all I did is spend $300 for 5 boxes of 9mm. That was nothing compared to what I just had experienced. So there you guys go. I'm giving you guys psychology advice, anything to cheer you guys up, literally anything. So that's what I do. People have always wondered, what's your secret to get past that gut-wrenching feeling? When you just had to pay $1 for 9mm. I'm not paying $1, guys. I'll share another place with you guys soon where to get some ammo. But when you paid $1 for your 9mm and you think it couldn't get any worse, look up the governor. The governor of the great state of Michigan. And I want to emphasize this one more time for you new people out there. Just, okay, a teeny bit. Like, I'm literally like, okay, it's so small right now. I could only see that much. Just look at that much. We don't want to hurt anybody forever here, but just look at that much of the governor of the state of Michigan. It's easy. It's easy after that. I mean, hit close immediately after, but yeah. Yeah, I don't know. What do you guys think? I like to, MAGA Patriot. I seen that went flying on her broom over the Detroit River the other day. Thanks for the laugh, MAGA. I appreciate it, man. You guys are funny. Ooh, Z-Fayel. Come on, dude. I thought we were buds, man. Whew. All right, hold on. Read what Z-Fayel said, guys. Hold on. I can actually do something. I can do this, I think. Okay. I thought we were friends, dude. All right. All right. Breathe. Okay. Next topic, please. Let me get that off the screen. I got to get that out of here. Let me get that off. Here's one. All right. Hold on. Endurance stream for ammo leads. There we go. Thanks, A-Dubs. Anything. Let's talk about high gouging ammo prices. Woo. Woo. That was terrible. That was terrible. All right. Mateo says ban him. No. Don't ban him. Don't ban him. Don't ban him. Rockford Ordnance. What's up, my ammo hoarding buddies? You're the one that shot off the 7.62 by 39, dude. Rockford Ordnance. He shot all the 7.62 by 39, guys. So go get him. Go get him. No, don't get him. Don't get him. He's a good dude. And he has a good channel that I do recommend. So Z-Fayal, thanks for the super chat, dude. I appreciate it, man. I appreciate it. Sean Penn says you're too on the mark. I don't know. I don't want to. I was fine until somebody said, Paris, Big Gretch 2024. Whew. All right, guys. If you're not registered to vote yet, get out and vote. Because if that's even possible, that's even possible. But no, back to this ammo shortage again. And soon to be magazine shortage, by the way. Do you guys enjoy when I tell you? Because here's the deal. I've done about 3 or so impromptu streams. I've done videos, and I just did like a chronological order of the ammo shortage where I reminded you guys that back on March 13th, I did a stream, and I said, guys, ammo is the price it is right now. At that time, the STV was $8.49 a box. I bought some that night after the stream, gave everyone a chance, where the steel case was $6.49 a box. It went up about 10% the week after on the 19th of March, and it's been going up ever since. And then I put out a video talking about a major ammo company. It's right here. I'm just going to hold up the box because life requires a little effort, guys. I said, this company that makes this has it. So many people thanked me. So many people thanked me. But you know what I was shocked at? And it's not going to sway my decisions at all, guys. I'll be just fine either way. Trust me. I have more ammo than I need, but not as much as I want, which isn't that how we most feel? I talked about how you could get this. People were paying $40-50 a box. And I said, well, they've got it for $17.99, $18.99 for... I'll prove it. I literally made my order on the 2nd, and it arrived at my house yesterday. So 18 days later, I got a shipment, including this. But some people got really mad. Some people are still mad. They're still coming to that video today. They got real mad, and they said, how dare you tell people where to get ammo? You tell them where to get ammo, they'll buy all of it. And then, seriously, guys. Then other people said I have a Michigan accent and I can't talk right, and they got mad because here's what I did. I'll say this one more time, even though I said it last week. I put the name. I'll hold it up again. I did this for the thumbnail. Okay. Let me know where I'm going wrong here, guys. I need to start my own. Here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to start my own merch shop, okay? Because the channel could use a little funding, and I'm going to sell merch. And my main merch item is going to be a spoon. So then I can start spoon feeding. Does that sound like a good idea? Apparently people need to buy the spoon for spoon feeding. So I held this up. I held this up for the thumbnail. And it's still the thumbnail today, and it will be until Susan takes it down someday. And then in the title of the video, at the end, I put FEDERALPREMIUM. Let me put that in the thing. I'm keeping track just for fun. I seriously laugh about this, guys. Probably up to about 50 people now. I can't understand him. What's he saying? Learn how to speak, dude. What's your problem? What are you trying to do here? I'm like, I'm trying to tell you how to buy ammo for $18 a box when you all are complaining because you're spending like $30 for steel case and $50 for brass. Now, besides the fact that they really love me, and then when they ran out of there with much vitriol and disdain, they all came back like a week or two later. So they all love me, but I've never had so much disdain and hate for letting 30,000 people know where they could buy ammo for a normal price from the manufacturer. So I'm going to do what I want to do anyway. So this is like a rigged thing. This is going to be like the 2020 presidential election with the mail-in ballots, guys, okay? So this is a rigged poll because I'm going to do what I want. But how many of you guys would like me to let you know when ammo is in stock at, it's not going to be the price it was in March, okay? I get that. It probably won't be the price it was in March for another 5 years, okay? I'm not trying to get anybody panicked. Just telling you the truth. Now, will it be the price it is now for another 5 years? No. But it could be 4 or even 5 years before it's the price that it was. And that's if we have, that just depends on who gets elected. So I'll tell you what, it was never the price it was this March during the whole Obama administration. It wasn't even that price for much of the Clinton administration. Now we're going back to the 90s. So would people like to know when I find ammo for half the price it goes for at many places, even though it's double what it went for in March? Or should I just buy all of it myself and not tell anybody? I don't know. It's kind of interesting, though, isn't it? Yeah, Mateo, love you like a burn on the roof of your mouth. Just can't leave you alone. No, it's funny. It is funny. I try to help people when I can. JB and Water says we help each other out. That's what we should do because we all want the same thing. I agree with everything you said, except for that we all want the same thing. Because I don't think necessarily, now it depends who we is. We, like me and you, dude, and like pretty much almost everybody that's here in the stream tonight, yeah, we all want the same thing. But just because people are buying guns does not mean we all want the same thing. I've completely realized that. We should all be trying to help each other right now, however we can. I'm not going to sit here tonight and list all the stuff I've done to help people, but I've been helping people. You know what, though? People have been helping me more than I've been helping them. It works both ways. I know a lot better people than I am. You know what I'm saying? The people I know are way better people than me, is how I meant to word that. But you'd think we'd all want to help each other out, but a lot of, quote, us don't. People get so mad at me when they're like, dude, you let people know that there was some cheap Tula ammo in stock. It wasn't 9, so don't anyone freak out. But just the other day at AIM, but there was 300 blackout, and there was X39, which is awesome, and 45, right? And they got mad at me because you know why? I posted it as soon as I found it out, which I've been telling you guys the whole time. Ammo's available usually if you're on the East Coast very late at night / early morning, 3, 4 a.m. If you're on the West Coast, it's very late at night, midnight, 1 a.m., 2 a.m. That's when you find it. So I popped up on a stream at like 1 in the morning and said, I found some, guys. You all want 300 blackout. It's $12 a box. And I found it and I bought it. And I showed you guys in the video to prove that I got some. But I didn't buy that much. I got 10 boxes. Boy, did people get mad. They say, what the heck, dude? I went to look for it. Now, this is someone 3 days later that'll come in. And they're like, I went to find it and it was completely and utterly gone. And it's your fault, 2AE to you, because you sold it out. It's like, dude, first of all, I'm too small of a channel to possibly be able to sell out an entire gun shop. But even if I did, good. You know why? That many more people have the ammo they need for their rifle or pistol or whatever it was they were buying that can protect themselves and their family or can practice or just go have fun, because we are still allowed to have fun, guys. We are still allowed to have fun. Okay? It doesn't matter what the China virus says. It doesn't matter what Pelosi says. Like, we can still go shoot to have fun, and don't forget that. So you don't need to just stock up ammo for the end of the world or anything like that. Just go plink and have fun. we should be allowed to do that. And I'm sure having as much fun as I can. So I encourage all of you to do the same. There's no reason we have to shoot, but we sure can just because we want to for no reason. What's up, Timothy Blaze? How you doing, man? Speaking of local guys, what's up, dude? Please take this for the ammo, my friend. Thank you again. Hope all is well. Well, I have no choice but to take this because when it comes through on here, I don't think I can block it. Should I block the super chat or not, guys? You know it's not necessary, dude. But by the way, go back up to Super Match if you haven't already, tomorrow or the next day or whatever. And that third box that we talked about is up there. So definitely stop up there and grab that because I don't have it anymore. So that's cool, dude. Yeah, let me know what kind of gun you got. Since we live so close together, send me a message over on Patreon or something. We need to get together sometime and maybe do a little bit of shooting. I like seeing local people in there. All right, I'll keep it. I'll keep it, Tim. But you got to go back up there to Super Match. By the way, anyone within driving distance, southeastern Michigan, the place is called Super Match G&A out of Newport. Definitely recommend. I mean, first of all, there's awesome people who hang out there, and the owner, he's cool as heck. He's not one of these guys that's like, oh, I'll compromise on your gun rights if I can make a sale. There's been laws that were proposed that would have helped gun shops, actually, and he's adamantly against them. He's one of my best friends, and he's an awesome dude. So if anyone's around, they're in Newport. You guys can Google. I'm just going to type this real quick into the chat. Awesome place that I definitely recommend. Oh, like Linda said, but there may be an earthquake there. Yeah, there was an earthquake in southeastern Michigan today, which is kind of rare. Did anyone experience? I may or may have not noticed it. I was on a lawnmower, which is pretty much like a constant earthquake, right? You're sitting on this mower, and it cuts at 12 miles an hour. And to make money, you're usually cutting at 11 or 12 miles an hour. So I'm going along, and that's how it looks all day, just bouncing up and down. So I don't know. I feel like a magnitude 12 or whatever the most powerful earthquake is every second that I'm cutting the lawns because the ground's really hard right now. G2C, awesome, dude. Yeah, I assume you've been watching the channel. If you haven't, then tons of stuff on the G2C, G3C. Speaking of which, another reason for people to get mad at me. Oh, you guys can just hate me as much as you want, but don't forget to hit the thumbs up if you're in here, guys. If you're on your phone, you just have to minimize the live chat for half a second, hit thumbs up, and then go back to telling me how much I suck because I let other people know about ammo that pay more attention than you do, and then it was sold out. So, all right. Lakeline LLC. They don't know me. They don't sponsor the channel. I did try to get a hold of them ahead of time. I'll tell you that story in a second. But they finally got their threaded G2C, G3C, and G2S barrel. All take the same barrel, right? I've done videos showing me playing Legos. We call these new Tauruses the new Lego guns. They're really like AR-15s now, where you can just swap parts back and forth, right? But yeah, their threaded barrel just came out. I got the notification. I bought one, posted it right up there on my YouTube community tab. So if you guys are wondering about it, you know, definitely going to be a review or two on it soon. You might get round two because I already know what's going to happen. If they haven't already. Now, it was in stock when I checked earlier, but if it's already sold out, round two, the second production run of them, you'll know what I think of it by then anyway. So I'm definitely going to do that. G2S is the single stack. Yes, it is. Yep. So let me go ahead that there. Oh, VA Wolf saying he just bought a bulletproof vest. I thought you guys were talking about the earthquake. But yeah, I got the new Taurus barrel coming from them. Jameson Hurley with the super chat. Didn't have anything to say, but thank you. I appreciate it. Every little bit helps. And you guys can see, I show it on the screen. This money that you guys donate so graciously to the super chats, Patreon supporters, or my Amazon link, which costs you guys nothing, okay? That's why I never feel bad asking you to use it. It costs you nothing. Amazon, click on my link first before, and it's only pennies, but it all adds up if there's enough of you, so that helps. So I bought the barrel. Now, I did call Lakeline probably 2 months ago. I said, I heard you're getting a barrel. They're like, yeah. I'm like, well, I'm 2A EDU on YouTube. maybe you'd like to look at my channel just as I could see that I've done a lot of stuff on Taurus. I said, I possibly maybe, and I don't mean the best or nothing. I didn't say that. I just said, yeah, I might have more Taurus content on my channel with the G2C, G3C, etc. than maybe most YouTubers, right? At least the top 5. I said, so I have a lot of guys that are really, really interested in your products and the Taurus, G series pistols. Is there any way you could maybe send me one early? Now, I'm not asking. I literally said all this. You can ask a couple people in the chat that I've already told this to. I said, I just want it early so I can prepare and do a thorough review of it behind the scenes. So the day it comes out, I can tell my guys, hey, I've already put 1,000 rounds through it. Here's the accuracy. Here's how it fits. I said, I'll pay full price. I don't want a freebie. I said, charge me exactly the same as you would anybody else. That was my offer to them. Charge me exactly the same. But I have about 1 million views collectively on my Taurus videos. So maybe I was trying to hook you guys up, okay, and get you guys info immediately is what I was trying to do. And they basically said, who the heck's 2AE to you? We don't know who you are. They weren't mean. They were just like, yeah, all right, have a nice day. And that was it. Just like, whatever, dude. So I bought it the same exact time you guys are, because I don't market my channel to companies. I don't try to get shill deals, nothing like that. And I didn't even want a shill deal from them. I literally just wanted to get it early. And it would have been to you guys' advantage, because then like the day it came out, I could have had the video already done and already had experience with it. But I didn't. And they, again, don't know who I am. Lakeline LLC does not have any idea I've ever put out a Taurus video. And that probably my subscriber base is their target market. So what I'm going to do is I'll get it here in probably a week or two, or whenever the slow USPS gets here, and then I'll start using it, and there'll be a barrel out here for a while. So let's see here. BJ saying G3C shoots way better than a G43. I don't have a G43, but I can tell you the G3C is more comfortable in the hands, and it holds a lot more rounds, if you ask my opinion. Definitely in my opinion. Timothy Blaze, yes, I have been there. To the range you're talking about? Yeah, I did at Top Gun and Taylor, I did a video there, I don't know, a few months ago. Yep, I've been there. There was an event going on there that I went and hung out. I'm trying to think if I recorded live in there or if yeah, anyways, I've definitely been there. I know I did some Facebook posts of me inside that shop. But yeah, they have a nice place and range and all that for sure. Just taking a quick peek at the chat. I'm sure I'm like way far behind. Oh, Joe Morgan's talking about having an earthquake in Idaho. Yeah, I guess it's weird. Well, again, I wouldn't have noticed the way I ride that lawnmower. JDV3 says, have you tried the stainless steel recoil spring and guy rod? I've done a video on it, yes. Not from them, though, if that's what you're talking about. I tried the Galloway Precision. I know there's a couple. It was at the 2A event. Don Honecker was there. Yes, you were, sir. A couple of you guys were there. I don't know if they're watching tonight, but it was definitely a 2A event. I was just trying to think of the name of it. Still can't think of the name of it, but I was there. And I've been there before that too a couple times. Let's see here. Ozark Yeoman's in the house. How's it going, man? How you doing? Ozark, an Autobot. What do you want him to be? An Autobot or a Decepticon? I don't know. He won't answer you, though. It's a unicorn. There you go. Mateo already answered. He's a unicorn. That's what happens, guys. Somebody begged to get removed. They've been taunting all night, and I'm as big of a freedom of speech guy as there is. Gosh, people sure, yeah. I don't know. I'm a big freedom of speech guys, but at a certain point, you begged for it and they answered you. But nothing to do with me. I don't have time for that stuff, but I am thankful for my moderators. Let's see here. Yeah, Mateo does a lot to help this channel, guys. He does a lot. There's, like I said, everyone that hangs out is not for the best reasons. Brian Henny says, come to Oregon, relaxed state for the most part. Yeah, hopefully that formerly Ninth Circus, now Ninth Circuit Court of Appeals decision's helping you too. So I'm going to go back and read the chat afterwards like I usually do, but maybe some of you guys want to know about more ammo, or do you guys get mad because you guys already know where to get it? I don't know. I'm not sure. I did find some cheap mags though. Some of the AC Unity. I got some 30 round for the AK with the non-windowed, and then now they have windowed ones for the 7.62x39 and the 5.45x39, and these were cheap too. Like I want to say $9 for the non-windowed, and they've got the steel reinforcements now on the top. I've done videos with the AC Unity for the 7.62x39 mags, but I grabbed some 5.45, and they also have an AR 5.56 mag with the windows for like $12. So maybe I'll do a video on those soon from an undisclosed site because I don't want to get anybody too mad. But I did find some cheap mags, and I don't know. It's a fine line. I'm not saying that people should run out and buy it, but yeah, kind of, sort of. Look, I'm not trying to incite any panic. That's the last thing I want to do. But if you want mags, you may as well grab them. I see them going up again, okay? I see them going up again. There's a lot of people that live in California, like not just a little bit lot, but a lot. And they're buying them right now. So there you go. Cats, Cars, and Ringtail Gang. What's happening, man? How you doing? Nice to see you. Let's see here. Luke himself, what's happening? Says AC Unity is definitely Assassin's Creed Unity video game. I didn't get the reference, but I'm sure a lot of the people will. I'm sure they will. A-dubs. I actually agree with A-dubs just said. I saw some of that talk tonight here in this chat, and that's called weak. That's so weak. When you can't defeat someone on their argument, racist, sexist, misogynistic. Literally, that's just so weak, for lack of a better word. If you don't agree with somebody, instead of like actually having something better to say, they just run and say that. No, it's like if you're annoying and you're annoying the crap out of everybody where you're at, whether it's in a stream or whether it's in, well, maybe if like you're just annoying and everyone's getting annoyed at you. And to cry out like he's saying, you know, like A-dubs is saying, it's just kind of, yeah, I don't know. I know what you're saying though. I'm just sick of it. Sick and tired of it. I don't even want to talk about race. Unfortunately, the left and the Democrats at the DNC, that's all they want to talk about. They're forcing people to talk about it. And I've talked about it a little bit on this channel, but not too much because I just basically say, look, see, I'm looking at a computer screen. Much rather be hanging out with most of you guys in real life. And hopefully we will be able to someday. I know some of you guys have met me in real life, and I certainly enjoyed meeting you, but I can't tell. That's kind of the beautiful thing about this. I'm just looking at avatars. Some of them have pictures, some don't. But I'm looking at all you guys in here right now, like Wilhelm Scream, just a little green dude. Sam, just a little turquoise dude. MAGA Patriot, but that's not a picture of him, so I don't know. M.I. Crafter, no clue. Brian, Henny. See, I'm looking at you guys' pictures here. I have no clue, and I don't care. Not that I don't care in certain senses, but I just don't care because I'm not doing anything bad to anybody because of their race. So I've got nothing to worry about there. And if I did, I'd have to correct it, but I'm not. So who cares? I could care less. But no, when people are trying to pass a certain narrative along and you don't agree with one thing they say, their first thing is, this person's a racist. Okay. Maybe they are, maybe they aren't, but they're probably not because I don't really know anybody that is. So there you go. See, Asfat says, I'm a green avatar in real life. There you go. There you go. Yeah, MAGA, it's so small. I couldn't quite. I thought it was Thomas Jefferson, to be honest with you. But you have to remember, from where I'm looking at it here, because I'm using the StreamYard program, it even shrinks down avatars. Here we go. We can do this. MAGA Patriot. Now we can see. Yep, there you go. Now I can see it's Jefferson immediately. I can even read the quote. Yeah, that's a good one too. When the people fear the government, there's tyranny. When the government fears the people, there's liberty. And that's one I've said many times, and that can't be said enough. All right, let's see what Gary looks like. What color is Gary? Let's see where. Gary's a white dude, which is just fine with me too. It's funny, no, but you know what I'm saying? Most of you guys, I have no clue. I couldn't even guess if I wanted to, and I don't really want to know. MAGA Patriot with the shout out for his Thomas Jefferson quote. Gary with the shout out. That is what's nice about this software. I will say that. A couple things are a little bit hard for me to learn how to do, but I do like it that I can. You know what, Hillbilly Nitro? Yeah, I think so. Usually. Yeah, he says usually. I agree. Maybe not always, but I'd say more often than not. He's a handsome looking dude. See, I don't know what color he is either. Oh, he's white too. All right, come on. I need a black person. I'm joking, guys. I'm totally joking. You guys that have been hanging out with me know I'm joking. It's funny, though. VA Wolf, you're right. Don's is him doing a... Okay, guys, let's do some show and tell on the avatars. VA Wolf, nice looking dude, of course. Only the nice looking people hang out in this stream, so let's just take that for granted, okay? There's Don doing his radio show. Nice, an old broadcast. Cool, cool. Oh, man. What's up, Matt Parker? How you doing, man? You're a Taurus guy, aren't you? Or am I getting you confused with someone else? G2C, G3C, G2S, threaded barrel. As soon as I get it from the slow POS service, they're pretty slow lately, guys. Pretty darn slow. RJL, what do you call if you simply don't like humans? Let me think here. Probably a Democrat. I don't know. That was a low-hanging fruit. I had to take it. Paul Sharon to Brit. I hope that's okay. It's all good, dude. I like Brits. You bloody Brit. If I can call you a bloody Brit, then we're good, okay? Can I do that? If you can take that, we're good. No, I like. Actually, there's a guy named Dutchman that comes into pretty much every single video I do, whether it's a live stream. He puts a bunch of British flags up, American flags up, thumbs ups. He's like an awesome subscriber and always super friendly. And he's literally like, I think watches everything I put out, and he lives over there. No, I'm not going to say, do you guys know each other? I get it. It's a big country. And actually, just to say that you're a Brit could mean several countries. So there you go. Dave Harris says, what do you mean, people? I know. When you really get down to the essence of this stuff, it's like, oh, wait a minute. Did I just say people accidentally? Like when you really boil it all down. That's a nice looking cat, actually. Nah, Brits are cool. What's... Ooh. A-Dub says, when I was 19, I was light green and was told I was equally worthless as the dark green guys. Luke himself says 58 cents per ounce. Okay for 45 right now. I think it was 17 a box for the steel case Wolf on my last pickup from AIM. From these guys right here. Susan likes these guys. Susan Wiki likes this company, but is it brass? I don't know. I don't know what's a good price. Let each other know what you're spending, guys. I don't know what to say. I'd like to say no, that's not a good price. But right now, some people call it flugaloo, and the flugaloo that we're in, it might not be bad, dude. Winchester brass. That's a little less than 30 a box. That might be just fine. You know what I'm saying? It's hard. It's hard because I remember when everything was half of what it is now. And I remember so far long ago in a day, long ago, in a faraway place. Well, the place was right here. In a time so long ago, 5 months ago, ammo was half the price it is now, pretty much across the board. Unless you're talking about 9mm, then it was 1/5 of the price. So as soon as I sit there, I felt so bad the other day. So this is why I'm kind of loath to just give you the yay or nay, man. And I'm giving this advice for everybody, just so you know. Some guy rolled into my comments just a few days ago, and he said, man, my local gun shop is charging $28.99 for a box of 9. I said, were you looking to buy a bunch of it or just one box? And he responded back and said, one box. And I said, well, you're not going to really get free shipping anywhere on one box. That one website I can't pronounce that I got made fun of virulently, aggressively, with much hate. Oh, gosh, these haters are so funny. This company here that they don't deserve for me to tell them what it's called. Anyways, $99 free shipping from them. But no, they wanted one box. And I was like, I don't know, man, that's a little steep. And I kind of felt bad because I started looking around and $28, $29 out the door with shipping, even online or at the local gun shop. That's actually a good deal. So I don't want to tell this guy like, hey, 58 cents around for 45 is a ripoff. He doesn't buy it only to find out that it's $1 around now. I just don't know. I try to keep up with as much as I can, though, and tell you guys about deals when they come out. Guero M ordered a case of Wolf about a month ago and still no trace of it. I'll tell you that FEDERAL company there, whose name won't be mentioned because I don't want to do anything as despicable as let you guys know about the largest source of ammo that's the cheapest right now. Wouldn't dare do anything to you guys like that, so don't even worry. They're 2.5 weeks I had mine at my door. That's acceptable. Of course, I wasn't out, but I did get a new defensive round I want to try from them. And I'm kind of excited about it. It's the blue poly-coated. I want to say 135 grain, if I'm not mistaken. So, JB Soul, probably about $35 or so is the going rate for a transfer. I think that's what Super Match charges. So yeah, I think 35 is about the going rate. Maybe you could get from a gun shop. Maybe someone that has a kitchen table FFL could do it a little cheaper. I have friends that own kitchen table FFLs too, so nothing against those guys, but a guy that's paying some rent and keeping inventory sometimes has to charge just a little more because they've got so much more overhead at the end of the day, right? 13th Apostle. Yeah, he put up the little barber shop pole. He says, here you go, boys and girls. The red, white, and blue barber pole is the new. Oh, wait, actually, I can do this now. I keep forgetting. It says the new live stream flag. You can take the flag, but not our colors. There you go. I didn't know they had a barbershop pole emoji, huh? Just when I thought I saw them all. See, my favorite one that I usually like to use, I'll show you guys my favorite emoji. Just because, I've become familiar with this species, having a beautiful little 8-year-old girl. She likes these a lot, and this has become my favorite emoji. So, but I didn't know there was a barbershop pole emoji. I like the unicorn emoji. What's interesting is I'm putting it up here, and depending what operating system you're using, it can present itself as like 5 totally different pictures. But in case you guys weren't sure, you're like, there's no way 2AEDU just posted unicorns. Yeah, I did. And I've actually taken a liking to unicorns, okay? Have a pretty little girl, a little 8-year-old around your house, running around with them, and there's something about them. They're pretty cool. He said unicorn. Now I'm going to get you guys mad. Gretchen Whitmer. Syrup 303. There you go, man. There you go. I thought I could put. There it is. There it is. I did a review on that Tokarev. Well, not that exact one. That's the Type 54-1. But the Type 54 from Factory 66. Oh, you know what's funny? Here's a quick joke for you old-time viewers. Some of the new guys aren't going to remember this. But for the old-time viewers, some of the new-time viewers, still much love, guys, by the way. Still much love, trust me. Love and support to the family that didn't want to be part of the cancel culture. But I'm talking older than this. The old viewers, if you remember what I used to have hanging here. Let's go back down memory lane. Now, I'm going to warn you guys, ammo was cheap. Oh, was it cheap back then? But I used to have just hanging right off to the side here. Okay, do you guys remember this? Don't remember where I got it, but This is an emblem for Factory 66. And it happens to be the factory where not only the Tokarev pistol that's in this avatar that I use, and those Tokarevs that are for sale right now, the R Guns imports, that's the factory, and it has it right on there, the 66. And also the 56-1 underfolders, the 56S, the pre-band, the Rinkos, the Sile imports. Don't know how much you guys are into AKs. I could geek about AKs for hours, but yeah. I had another guy today. Oh my gosh, what am I going to do with these people? Seriously, what do I do with these people? He strolls on into the stream and he says, "What the heck, dude? Are you some kind of racist with that 66 in there?" I'm like, all right. I'm awake now. So I scroll through. Another guy comes in. This is all just today. Haven't had that up just because nothing against it. It's just that I just bought a pistol made in that factory, guys. But I want to stand up for the family, the beautiful family of the ladies that were Aunt Jemima and this beautiful llama and his well-armed tank. Sponsored by viewer Pillbox Bunker. See, my sponsors are you guys, like real people that meet me at a 2A Sanctuary County Commissioners meeting in Howell, true story, and give this to me in the parking lot, which Pillbox Bunker did, so thank you. But I just have this kind of stuff that I'd rather show. And he comes in there and he says, "What the heck? You're a devil worshiper." So, you guys remember when I had that displayed there, like instead of Lamy? I just like displaying Lamy more, but I did a whole video on the pistol. It's just so funny. It's so funny. Where are we at in the age of 2020? Year 2020. This is a crazy year, but we've gotten to the point. It even started happening in 2019, let's face it. Days that snowflakes were able to start procreating. They must be a one-pump chump because normally when any guy that has a pair procreates, you're going to create some heat. But nowadays, snowflakes are able to procreate so fast, they don't quite melt before they reproduce. So in the days where genuine snowflakes are actually able to procreate without making enough heat to melt themselves is the day and age where somebody sees something and they're on their computer and it's at their fingertips. And never have we lived in a time where you can say, "Hey Siri, hey Google," or you can just do it the old-fashioned way. Tink, 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 tink. Or if you're good with your keyboard, clickety-clack, as I say. Keyboard warriors, shout out to you. Clickety-clack, clack, clack. Mom's basement, shout out. Clickety-clack. No, they can't do that. They can't do it. It's too much effort to say, what is a triangle 66? Because if you actually Google triangle 66, you'll find the state arsenal that produced guns like the Kalashnikov and the Type 54 Tokarev and many other things. It's too much effort. Too much effort. In the day where snowflakes have become a breeding species, it's easier to literally call a dude that's a Christian, okay, that considers the devil all of our enemy on earth. They'll call you a Satanist instead of Googling. And now I've been called a racist. Like, you may hate people that live in foreign countries and make firearms, but I don't. How is it seriously easier, no matter how big of a snowflake you are, and no matter how much your butt hurts because you can't afford toilet paper? I know it hurts. A lot of butt hurt people out there. But just being lazy, it's lazier just to Google what the stupid thing means instead of typing paragraphs of hate and vitriol that I don't even care about, that I'm using to provide entertainment, to make people laugh at you on a Friday night live stream. David Harris, he says, that's because the learning curve has been taken out of natural selection. Yes, sir. But how did these snowflakes actually breed with each other without melting first? How did that happen? I don't get it. But they were able to stay in form long enough, like I said, to make offspring. Rockford Orton says, if you don't know what triangle 66 is, ... you're not a gun guy. And apparently many not a gun guy watches the channel. But no, new shooters, if you're not yet a gun guy, you're cool. I put out videos specifically aimed to help you guys out. And if you're a snowflake, that's cool too, because actually, Susan doesn't mind those. There's still interactions. They say it's called the algorithm, right? It populates the algorithm, blah, blah, blah. So it's kind of funny. And I'm only giving you this, guys, for a laugh and to kind of, just let you guys know that, yep. When you're on Twitter and you're in a Twitter war and you're like, man, does this guy have the intelligence of a rock? And he's obviously been out of like toilet paper for a year because his butt hurts so bad from using leaves. Yeah, it happens, and I see it all the time too. Paul says, good night. He says, got to say good night for now. Thanks for the 2A stickers. No problem, man. I thought you said you were a Brit. I didn't send any to Britain. Are you a Brit that lives here? I definitely wasn't able to send any of those across the pond. Eagle One says, keep your babies perfect. You did say you were a Brit, right, Paul? Because if I just read it wrong, now I feel like an idiot. Sometimes I read really fast 3 things at once. Once or twice I've read something wrong. BJ Holcomb, are you wondering my EDC? Or I can't show my full EDC right now because of Susan. She likes me and she likes the channel, but still has some pretty draconian rules. Pillowbox Bunker, he was a 6 short. I guess. The thing is in that country where they use the factory 66, they actually like number all of their factories, right? They don't even believe in that. Oh, you live in North Carolina now. Cool, man. British American then. Like, you're good, dude. You're still here after I razz you just a teeny bit, but no. No. I didn't razz you either. All right, time past your bedtime. Get off of here, dude. VA Wolf, you out of here? Good night, man. Take it easy. How many of you guys know Wolf? He's out in Virginia doing quite a bit from what I understand. He's out there raising a little heck, and it needs done. It definitely needs done. Rockford Ordnance, I'd be happy to have a beautiful unicorn 66. I know. I do have a gun made in 66 that's kind of a unicorn. I mean, not quite a unicorn, but pretty rare. Meh. Alaskan Ballistics, what's happening, man? Writing in Rand Paul. Rand Paul. I really was hoping Rand Paul would have got further in the primaries. I've been a fan of Rand Paul for a while. Do you guys remember when he took the U.S. tax code and took it out on the range? It's true. Go look it up. He took the U.S. tax code. Now, this is a pallet. Him and his staff had to carry cases of papers for like an hour. I watched them setting it up. There was like 2 different videos, the behind the scenes and the video. He filled up a whole pallet, which is what it takes to print out the whole United States tax code, and shot it up on camera with an AR-15. Now, I know it's just symbolism, but that's the kind of symbolism I like. I was like, man, I want that man to be president one day. Shoots up the tax code with an AR. That's awesome. That's awesome. Stood there and filibustered. Do you guys remember Stand with Rand? Stood for 13 hours until he could no longer stand on his own 2 feet and speak, which he had to go to the bathroom, he said later. He just had to go. He wanted to stand longer to try to stop Obama and Brennan from implementing drone strikes that could kill U.S. non-combatants. Remember that time, guys? They were saying, just put in the bill. That's all Rand wanted to do. Just put in the bill that under no certain circumstances will you ever strike a U.S. person, okay, someone on U.S. soil without them being an enemy combatant. Not because they're committing a crime. No, they have to be an enemy combatant. They wouldn't say no to that. They said they were fine with doing that. And Rand Paul stood and he talked for a long, long time. I remember Ted Cruz got up there to give his voice a break and read a bunch of encouraging tweets. Go look that back up for you younger guys that don't remember when he did that. Look up on YouTube, Stand with Rand. I remember Cruz got up there, which is another one that I like, and he sat there and was reading, because part of the rules of the Senate are you can't have digital devices when the Senate's in session on the floor. And Cruz, printed up papers of him, was standing there reading the papers in the form of a question to the junior senator from Kentucky so he could stand and talk longer. He's one of the only ones that I've seen that's actually been able to adamantly and vehemently try to save a few human rights if we have many left, but the ones we do have left. Yeah, I'm a pretty big Rand Paul fan. Wilhelm Scream says happy to be able to vote for Rand and Thomas Massey both every time. Yeah, Massey seems like another one. He's the head of, I believe, or founder of the Second Amendment Caucus. It's called the 2A Caucus in the Michigan House, which is nice. Yeah, those are good ones. Those are good ones for sure. Carlos Rodriguez, what's up, man? Picked up Smith & Wesson M&P Sport 2, 5.56, and 1,000 rounds. Nice, dude. Nice. At my crafter, I agree. I definitely agree. Huh. Just taking a quick peek here at the Rockford Ordinance says at 2A, that's what I mean, my Bakelite folder. Yeah, he's talking about a Factory 66 unicorn. Yeah. I showed the Polytech version of that in a video one time. The AKS 762 Bakelite side folder. Okay. Millbury says, who's buying ammo for guns they don't own yet? I don't know. That's a good question. I own all of the guns already, guys, so I can't. No, I'm joking. Just as you think you have guns in like a million calibers, you can't, because there's just so many calibers out there. But there is one that I'm looking at right now that I want to get that's in a caliber I don't have yet. But no, that's an interesting strategy that could be risky either way, depending how you look at it. I see where you're coming from, though. Makes some sense. All right, guys, I'm going to get off in just 1 second here. I've been on for almost 2 hours already. Wow. Time flies when you're having fun, but I didn't talk about the DNC as much as I was going to, but we don't need to talk about them too much, really. These conversations just go how they go. But I will tell you this, though. If you want to know why your ammo prices are up, that's a big part of it. A big part of it, the Democrats' presidential platform. Defunding local police, which, again, if you guys are just joining now, you'll have to go back to the beginning. I'm not going to repeat it all now, but look at what happens when you truly defund the local police and you have a national police. A national police. Look up that Reich that was supposed to last for 1,000 years. And what happened when they got rid of local police and went to national police? It wasn't so good. They had despicable people up there that can't even believe it. Can't even believe it. How could you have the audacity to run for president and have people standing there with you? They used to hang out with that guy that didn't kill himself, where there were 13-year-olds giving massages, probably more. It's still an ongoing court case. We'll find out. We'll probably never find out the full truth, but I think just from what we will find out, we'll find out how bad it really was until more people that didn't kill themselves kill themselves. But you guys know what I'm saying. You guys have some last-minute questions here? But yeah, to stand with those people, no clue. No clue. And look, none of these people are innocent. None of these people are really probably even very good, to be honest with you. But, man, I saw some new lows the last few days. Just when you couldn't think it could, you think it couldn't get any worse, it does. All right, have a great evening, VA Wolf. It is hard to leave, and I'm usually end up with a prolonged 5 to 10 minute goodbye myself because you guys know the drill. I'm just getting ready to wind down, but I'm already looking forward to next week, right? I'm just going to take one last look at the comments. JBN's wondering, I use a Skag Turf Tiger, 61-inch, 35 horse is what I'm using. I've got a Lasco with a 25 horse cow with a 60-inch cut. You got a big dog 60. Nice. Zfayel says we need a Patriot Co-op owned ammunition company. Sounds good. David Harris is talking about the 56-2. If it was sold as a Polytech, it was marketed as the AKS-762, right? With the Bakelite side folder. The Polytechs, the Narinkos, both pretty rare. Both pretty rare with the Bakelite side folders. They even had a pellet gun with the Bakelite side folding stock. Those are even rare, really, to be honest with you. Yeah, Luke himself, we should fear police coming to replace our police like EU or NATO or that other one. Yeah, you're talking about the blue helmets, right? The UN? The UN, they call them blue helmets. So people don't realize, defund the police, get rid of the police. Are you really naive enough to think that they're just going to be gone and everybody will just unicorns and apple pie and everything's just going to be perfect? Probably not. There are some inherent flaws with this world, and not everybody's good at heart. There's always going to be bad people. And we want liberty, but we also want some reasonable law and order. Now, I don't want to give up liberty for a little bit of perceived safety, because I've quoted Ben Franklin 1,000 times, and I always will. Those who will give up their liberty, right, for a little perceived safety will receive neither liberty nor safety, and they actually deserve neither. So I don't want that. But a little bit of law and order, yeah. I don't want it where murder's legal, rape's legal. I don't want that. I also don't want it where there's NATO or UN or the EU, as the viewer said. Do you guys want national police, international police? Because it's real easy just to say defund, defund, defund. But let me ask anyone a question that says that. I'm just asking. You may have an answer to it. Why is it that the party, that the type of ideological thinking people, the Democrat Party, which is many of them now, have become full-out Bolsheviks, Marxists, communists, socialists, and I repeat myself because these are all synonyms, right? Why is it that the party that wants to strip you of all your rights and the people out there that want to strip you of all your rights and raise all your taxes, why do they want the police defunded? They want gun control. They want to control how big your magazine can be, whether you have the shoulder thing that goes up, whether you have something to suppress flash on the end of your threaded barrel. They want to control you with all of that, but some people are naive enough to think that they're going to get rid of police so we have more liberty. No, they're not. Look at other countries that have gotten rid of localized police. They bring in nationalized or even foreign police every time, and it's not good. You don't get more rights. You get less rights. You don't get less death. You get more death. You get tyranny, oppression, which has happened just within this last century, and definitely publicized in the century before. But do we even talk about it in schools anymore? Do people not understand that this Reich in Germany that was supposed to last 1,000 years burned books, and that Facebook has banned 10,000 conservative pages this week? And they also abolished their local police. And I saw on TV not that long ago, there was a public book burning where they were burning Bibles in the street. I do enjoy our freedom of speech, but I'll tell you what, the cops weren't there to stop it. They had fallen back in the ranks. You guys want them defunded so NATO can come in, UN can come in? Do you guys want the Somalian National Police in here? I'm sure they're real good folks. Have you ever met anybody that lived in Cuba or many other countries where tanks just routinely, someone talked about earthquake. Linda did. She is a lovely viewer, but she talked about an earthquake earlier. Boom, 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 boom. They don't even notice earthquakes in these countries because it's such a normal thing for the tanks to go up and down the roads. Clunk, 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 clunk. Yeah. I'm sorry, but nobody's convincing me yet to get rid of my local county sheriffs who are at least a little bit accountable to me and mine and my fellow people so that I can have tanks clanking and clacking up and down the roads where there's judicial justice, where they're like, did 3 adults see the rape occur that are not related? No, we didn't. All right, it didn't happen. Have a good one. Oh, this one stole 1 piece of bread. Whack. Do these people not realize that all those looters that broke into all those stores and rioted, that want to defund police for the looting acts that you did and the items you stole, you would have had your hands cut off or beheaded or worse in any of the countries that defunded their police and have a nationalized police system? Does anyone see the irony in this? Probably you guys totally get it, or you wouldn't be here this long. And if you're still here, it's just here to join the fan club. I get it. And if you guys do like the stream and forgot to the last second, give it a thumbs up because there's always a hater in here. But do these people not realize the irony? Let's defund the local police, which gets the national police. Gets us closer and closer to living in a dictator state. I don't know many dictator state countries that allow people just to break into a place and steal and in many cases just get by with it. These are capital offenses in some countries. In some countries, look it up. It's a capital offense to shoplift. And I don't know, maybe I'm just wrong. Maybe I'm just too old-fashioned. Maybe I was just raised knowing right from wrong. But when you break open the windows of someone's business, regardless if anyone of any color died or didn't, that has nothing to do with this, you're stealing. And I wonder how they would like it when the national police would take care of those situations with their tanks and their... Some countries actually do patrol with F-18s as much as that's kind of the ongoing joke. Is that what they want? Get rid of your county sheriff and find out. But if you have bad deputies, that sheriff's accountable to you, they need to go. There's no tolerance for bad cops, guys. For jackboot cops, no. I'm not going to tolerate that either. Bad city police, get them out. City council, mayor, you get them out or we'll get you out. So that's where I stand on that. And thanks for the super chat, Alaskan Ballistics. I appreciate it, man. And you keep up the good work over there, too. And your channel. Your channel's been growing a lot, and you're doing a good job, man. I appreciate it. So that's where I'm at, guys. Not trying to get you mad. I'm just saying, you know, people need to really, really think about what they're asking for when they ask for that, because I am lucky to have this YouTube channel, because you know what it allows me to do? It allows me to meet a lot of people from a lot of different places. People come into this channel from all over the world because we proudly shoot, enjoy, collect, use for self-defense, and talk about on YouTube firearms made from their home countries. And they say, hey, you got to keep your guns in the United States. We lost them here. Whether it's Britain, whether it's people in Serbia, whether it's people in Italy, so many countries I can't even count them all. And they talk about the disparity of force between the police and the people and all the stuff that's going on. And many of those countries are in turmoil too right now over, like I said, they call it many things, including China virus. But you know what they all usually have in common? They said, don't let them take your guns. You guys are the last place left on the earth because they already took ours. And there's people that literally moved to the United States. I've had them come in and say this in the comments, in the chat, so that they could become an American, go through all the proper paperwork, become a proud American, okay? Get a job, pay their debt to society, the whole rigmarole. They wanted to come to this country so they could own guns and keep and bear guns. And hopefully they're voting for people that aren't trying to take our guns. But they said, don't give them up. Because right now we can still come to the United States if we want some liberty and some Second Amendment. If we lose it here, you're not going to get them anywhere else. You're not going to get him anywhere else. So I think on that, we should take the advice of some of our friends in other countries, because some of them, more than anything, would like to own guns that are made 3 miles from their house, but they either can't or it's so expensive for all intents and purposes. They can't. And it's sad to hear about it, but I wish those people a lot of love and encouragement if they're watching now or later. But I wanted to remind you guys that, yeah, you're not going to go anywhere else to escape and have the right to own all these guns. So you need to keep them. Keep what you have is a lot easier than trying to get it back. Because there's guns that were banned by executive action. I'm going to leave on this note. I'm just going to tell you guys the truth. There were guns that were banned by name and by manufacturer from Bill Clinton. We've had a couple Republican presidents since then. They didn't unsign them. We didn't get them back. Obama banned a whole company of guns by name. 7 and 6 ammo. It's gone. The new president didn't unsign it. The current president. Looks like to me, we ain't getting it back. The current president banned another whole company. The other company that wasn't banned by Obama, the Moloch company. Trump banned all those. Unless he's going to unsign his own order, which he won't. We ain't going to get him back. Bump stocks, which aren't even firearms. And even the Obama administration itself, not once, twice, 3 times. I think it was 4 or 5 times. More than 3, I'll tell you that for sure. So they're fine. They're not a gun. Anyone with one brain cell knows they're not a gun. Trump banned those with a stroke of a pen and said, I don't like them. Get rid of them quick. Never any compensation. Never any due process. Just gone. Take it quick. I like take it quick. Take the guns first. Due process later. But Biden says that if he's elected president, he's going to ban everything. And the real president, if he gets elected, Kamala, like how Biden pronounces it, Kamala, like the dromedary. If she becomes president with president name only Sleepy Joe, they want to ban every last one of them. So it's up to you guys. It's up to you guys. Don't hand them over to Trump. Don't hand them over to Kamala. Don't hand them over to her. Don't hand them over to anybody. Hand them over to your children and teach them how to shoot. Hand it over to a neighbor that's trying to learn guns, or maybe they know more than you. Just hand it over and let them use it. We can hand, but don't hand to anybody that's in power. These people don't want the best for us. So thanks for the super chat, Josh Benwer. I appreciate it. He says, make America God-fearing again, or we crumble. Yeah. No? That pretty much sums it up. Fearing the government? Nah, I'd rather not, right? Product liabilities they're push? Yeah. Are you right? Luke himself says Kamala translates to terrible in Sweden. I like that. I mean, the money helps, Josh. I appreciate that. But no, I appreciate what you said there. I agree with that. There's a lot of wisdom in that small quote, and that's what always happens on here. I ramble for 20 minutes, and one of you guys sums it up in 5 or 6 words, and that's why this is the best live stream. Not because of me. Are you kidding me? They're like, this guy rambles on about all kinds of stuff. It's because of all of you guys in the chat, and that's why I love hanging out here. But you guys are awesome. I'm going to get on out of here. For anyone that I didn't say hi to, hey, Leonard Mason, how's it going, man? We've got Sean Morrissey. Just saying hi to a couple more people. I like my people in here, you know. Rosie O'Donnell, what's happening? That's kind of funny. Authorized Mike. R4 Mississippi Thunder. Yeah, I'll even say hi to Edge. He's not very nice, but we'll say hi to him. How's it going there, Mr. Not So Nice? Carlos Rodriguez. Guerrero M, of course. What's up, man? I'm just going backwards in the chat, guys. Over the hills and far away. What's up? Uh-oh, Rockford's still using up all the 7.62 by 39. DNVO Gaming, what's up, man? Carlos Rodriguez, Papardello. All right, guys, I got to get out of here because if I keep hanging out with my friends, I'll be here till 4 in the morning, and it's past bedtime. And quite frankly, Lami is hungry and needs some food. So I heard you. I said you're all right, guys. I got to get out of here. All right, I'll see you guys very soon. Thanks for watching, and have a good one. I think it was a pretty good stream. Do you think so? Thanks, Reptile, guys. I was just getting ready to hit end. Thanks, dude. I appreciate it, man. As always, you're awesome, dude. All right, I got to get out of here. You guys all take care. Me and Lami's going to go get some chow. All right, we're going to chow down like real men here. So let's go get some food, dude.